You dedicate your life to a single craft. Thousands of hours spent mastering the lanes. Knowing full well there's no promise of championships. Knowing major titles are likely a distant dream. But you continue to chase.
Big strike!
And there's no explanation needed. It's all for this.
He got it! Oh, blew up that right.
Final frames, the overwhelming emotions.
Get it, girls! I did it! Yes!
The moment a lifelong dream becomes a reality.
There it is! A major title for Kyle Troup.
The moment you realize it was all worth it.
This means so much.
This year's 5 major champions. The Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam starts now on Fox.
This is Bolero Annandale in Northern Virginia. It's the site of the first ever Guaranteed Rate PBA Tour Super Slam. A culmination of all 5 major champions for the 2021 season. All under one roof, all on one show. At stake, $100,000 to the winner. And what a field we've got here. Kyle Troup, winner of the Players' Championship, and a cool $250,000 in January. TOC winner Francois Lavoie, who climbed the ladder to win the TOC. World Championship title is Tom Doherty, won in his hometown. USBC Masters winner Thomas Larson of Denmark. First career major in last week's U.S. Open champ Chris Vai with the green jacket in Reno, Nevada. 4 of the 5 won their first career major this year. Only Lavoie, multi-major champion with 2 U.S. Open titles as well to his credit. It's Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer Randy Pedersen. We're underway in the single game eliminator and seeding round here, Randy, and Tom Doherty had some early struggles.
Yeah, he really did. He got off to a bad start, to say the least, and he's now in a hole about the size that a meteor would create. You see him chopping the 3-6-10 there, and then he comes back with a different ball in the right lane, leaves a 2-8-10, tries to throw a backup ball at it, misses all 3, and we just got an update that he hurt his back. He's actually stuck in one of the first 5 frames and pulled something in his lower back.
So underway in the opening elimination and positioning game, the low man is out. That'll have 4 bowlers remaining, and based on the scores of this game, will be seeded 1 through 4 in the semifinals. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. Kyle Troup is the leader to this point. Halfway home in the positioning seeding game here from Annandale, Virginia. And the pro with the fro. Take center stage. Kyle Troup, bring it 10-pin.
TV lights, man. We're on TV now.
Lavoie in the 4th position, entering the second half of this game, has a strike.
2 players that use their thumb in Lavoie and Larson, and 3 players that don't. 2 two-handers, and then Tom Doherty. Lots of different styles making up this Super Slam event. First ever Super Slam.
Pretty cool. And $1 million goes to a bowler who will roll a 300 if we have it in the championship match here today. $10,000 for a 300 on TV. Up to the championship match. There is a lot at stake. Let's see how Tom responds to the back injury and the really slow start. Opens the first 2 frames. Did strike in the 5th frame. Lose a 2.
Well, he got out of the non-reactive ball on that lane, went to reactive, and still coming up light, leaving the 2-pin, and that was Tom's opportunity as he was working on a strike to get back in this.
Larson's been really clean so far. Left lane for Thomas, and a 10-pin there. On the front 4, including a late trip 10 on his 4th strike. Tampa Tom gonna hook that spare and does take care of the 2.
I mean, just how dominant was he in Tampa?
Incredible. 2 titles at the World Series of Bowling.
And finished second in the doubles.
It was a top seed, wasn't it?
Was, with B.J. Moore.
Cross lane, Larson has the single pin spare conversion to avoid trouble here. That's what you want to do, Randy, just be in the top 4. Soft-spoken The bowling does the talking for this guy from just outside Columbus, Ohio. Chris Vi. Finally, a major champion. Finally, a champion. Looking for a tap. Some help on the 10. And somehow it still stands for Chris Vi. 5 of the past 7 major shows, Vi, a participant, finally broke through with the green jacket last week in Reno. Wow, looking good.
And you're right about not wanting to be that 5th man out, but more importantly, you want to be the #1 seed. The highest seed gets to choose starting lane and position. And I'll tell you right now, these 2 lanes are playing differently. The players said earlier before we went on the air that they like the right lane better than the left. We'll see if that holds true throughout the competition.
Ready to describe this guy, Francois Lavoie. Now lives in Wichita, originally from Quebec City, as a shot maker.
Just a pure touch player. I mean, he just does everything with touch. He's not a real high rev rate guy. Just under 360.
So if you're TD there,
compared to that, which is 480.
Right, big difference. So if you're Tom, and you think about that slow start, Randy, how do you try to get back out of the hole?
There's only one way to get back, and that's striking. And again, like I said, he had that strike that he was working on in the 5th, and he failed to turn it into a 3-bagger.
Perfect shot, Larson. Wow. Looking very good to make the semifinals. So is this guy. Nice guys don't always finish last, Randy, right?
That is correct. Tom Doherty's in big trouble.
First ever guaranteed rate PBA Super Slam. All 5 major winners from the season. This is not an official PBA Tour title, but they're bowling for $100,000 and a huge prize fund of $200,000. And we mentioned the $1 million bonus if we have a 300 game in the championship match. Bowlers have been here a couple days. Practice yesterday. Means a lot to them. Try to take home this inaugural Super Slam event. Lavoie, left lane. Yes.
Well,
smooth.
Any event that you bowl where there's 100,000 for first, it's going to have a lot of meaning.
Oh, absolutely. Tom Doherty needs a strike streak in a hurry. Messenger, no, in front of the 10-pin. Has not had a good look from the very beginning. Up the 3-6-10 opening frame. And the 10-pin for an open. Unable to catch fire like this guy.
I think it's important to point out that the players got 2 balls on each lane of practice prior to the start of this game. And now, granted, an hour and a half prior to air, they got 20-25 minutes of practice. Then the lanes were stripped and re-oiled. When they came back, 2 balls in each lane, that's it.
Not a lot of time to make your adjustments. Right lane, Vi. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, there's 4 players that seem to have been able to do just that. And that's why these are the best in the world, because they can make the adjustments on the fly.
This guy won $250,000 in Jupiter, Florida. Players Championship. All right, it's pick time. Pick it out, Kyle. Oh, man. Kyle with the style. Always entertaining. Big numbers we've seen here with everyone except Tom Doherty. Lavoie. Bring it 10-pin.
Well, all but over for Tom Doherty, unfortunately. And that's pretty much going to seal his fate. Feel for Tom. No fun bowling in pain, and kind of a freak accident. That's the difference between being 46 and I think the average age of our other players is 29.
Old guard versus the young guns here in Annandale, Virginia. And the Zoom we had with Tom, of course, before he hurt his back, he was very confident. Did not bowl in Reno at either the USBC Masters or the US Open. Larson didn't like that. 3-6-10 up. Finally, Chris Vide didn't have to compete in the opening match of a major show. As the top seed in Reno last week at the US Open. One match, one win, one green jacket.
And won by one pin.
By one pin. There you go. Exciting finish. Cruising today, Larson. 3-6-10, no worries. We'll see 1 through 4. With looks like Doherty being eliminated. One will play 4, 2 plays 3. Semifinals, winners match up in the championship match here in Annandale, Virginia. And the victor will take home $100 grand.
Oh.
Hated it. Tough. That's a tough lead now because of that back pin, the 9 pin.
Buys down the lead. Top seed. Just like that.
You just mentioned his last win. Top seed at the US Open. And now he can step up in the 10th frame and lead this.
After his high shot, good cover there from Kyle. Troop has his mark, but just getting 6 in that first ball hurts.
Yeah, but if Troop strikes on his fill shot, he will guarantee lock up at least the 2nd seed.
Oh.
LeBlanc is going to probably be your 4th seed now.
Thank you.
Unless Larson opens in the 10th.
.244 max score here for Kyle Troop out of North Carolina. It's a light shot. Missed the mark again. 210 up. Difficult conversion.
Larson can strike out now and go around Kyle Troop.
Ooh, take the 2 seed, huh? So Troop was in great shape to be the top seed throughout most of this elimination match. Now he might be number 3. This is not to be confused, Randy, with the career Super Slam.
No, there's only 2 players in the history of the PBA that have done that. The first being Mike Albee.
Go. You ready?
The old pattern named after him here. The trophy named after the great Mike Albee. Not only was he one of the greatest bowlers of all time, but he is one of the greatest people you'll ever meet. Oh! Too little too late, unfortunately, for TD, Tampa Tom.
Still, it's been a great year so far for Tom Doherty with the 2 wins at the World Series of Bowling in his home center. And the University Lanes, AMF University Lanes in Tampa. It was quite a 5-day span for Tom. First career major, the World Championship. First and last wins on the World Series. Trip 10 there, does have his strike, but not enough for Tom today in the elimination match.
So that 4 pin is going to cost Larson that 2nd seed. And how important that is. Again, the higher seed in our upcoming matches gets to pick the lane to start on and where to finish. Go back to Tampa, take care of that back, Tom. Hopefully he'll be in better shape for the upcoming playoffs.
Ball starts next week. Milford, Connecticut. Look forward to seeing you there, Randy.
Yeah, that's going to be It's going to be a lot of fun, those playoffs.
They're a blast.
With all that money on the line, top man. 16.
It was 24 last year, 16 this year. Now Troop the top. Point getter so far on the Guaranteed Rate PBA Tour.
And there's your top seed right there, Chris Vi.
Notre Dame grad, Notre Dame College of Ohio. A tremendous collegiate bowler and an up-and-coming star on the PBA Tour. Finally the breakthrough last week in Reno. Pretty tough leave down the stretch of this elimination match. Doesn't cover. Chris Vi is the top seed. Tom Doherty is done. Troop, Lavoie, Larson, Vi all survived to the semifinals of the inaugural Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam. We roll on from Annandale, Virginia next here on Fox. The PBA on Fox is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. And by Kia, introducing the all-new Sorrento, the world's first storytelling machine. Oh, just about a 15 or 20-minute drive. The Washington Mall, the Monument. Historic Washington, D.C. We're here in Northern Virginia at the Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam. And so far, Randy Pedersen, 1 bowler done, 4 remain. Exciting bowling on the way.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it got real interesting there towards the end of that game. And Kyle Troop had a chance to lock it up and claim that #1 seed. He struggled in the 10th frame, and then Chris Vi stepped up. First ball strike in the 10th, and he sealed the deal.
Brand new event, first time ever on the Guaranteed Rate PBA Tour. What do you think of this entire format with our 5 major champions together?
I mean, I think it's awesome for a number of reasons. I mean, we get to see all 5 major winners from this season. Also, I think it's great that it pays tribute to Mike Albee, one of the greatest ever, and he was the first to ever accomplish winning the Super Slam.
$1 million goes to a bowler who gets a 300. If we have that in the championship match, can you imagine, Randy? I mean, $100,000 to the winner plus $1 million as well. There's a lot on the line here today.
It'd be incredible to watch any player throw one shot for $1 million. I think everyone would like to see that.
Well, Tom Doherty, certainly some struggles with the back injuries we told you about, Randy. It's stuck early in his competition today, unable to overcome the 2 open frames. He's joined now by our Kimberly Pressler.
Thanks, Dave. So, Tom, I saw you wincing out there on the lanes. I let you're smiling now, which is a good thing. But what happened?
It's one of those things. When I shot the spare in the first frame, I guess I tweaked it. I didn't even realize it until I went through my approach in the second frame, and once I got to the foul line, I felt it. And it was, from there, it just kept getting worse.
Well, I know that you have had back injuries before. Is it something like that?
Yeah, it stems from the original injury. It pops up every now and then. Fortunately, it only happens, once every couple years. And I mean, if it's going to happen, I guess this is the time to happen where, I get paid no matter what. So.
Absolutely, because right now, actually next week, you guys are going into the PBA playoffs, and you're sitting in 3rd. You think you'll be ready for that?
Yeah, it usually takes a couple days to loosen up, and then I should be fine. So we'll go home, we'll get some work on it, we'll be ready.
Now, I know this isn't the way you wanted your day to end, but listen, you won the World Championship. You're a major winner. That's got to be a highlight of this season so far.
Yeah, but this sucks.
Well, your day is not over because we're actually going to see you in the booth with Dave and Randy. So we're going to go back to that then.
All right, Kimberly, looking forward to TD, his commentary. We've had him in the booth before in Tampa.
He's good.
He's awesome. Yeah. He's awesome. A lot of great insight they can add. Well, we had 5 major champions to begin the first ever PBA Super Slam. We are down to 4. The semifinals are on the way. We can't wait to watch more great bowling from Annandale, Virginia. It's going to be fun. semifinals, number 1 versus 4 seed, 2 versus 3 seed, but only one in the end can be the Super Slam champion. It's more great PBA action coming your way here on Fox. PBA Super Slam here on Fox. Moments from Washington, D.C. What's better? I'll tell you what's better. Great bowling action. Chris 5, Francois Lavoie. Top seed against the 4 seed
the
from
Canadian
the elimination
PBA
match.
Tournament of Champions winner, Francois Lavoie.
The TSC is the signature event in PBA history where only PBA champions are invited. Francois climbed the ladder, beating 4 other major championship winners to capture his first TSC.
.224, 4th seed for Lavoie. In the elimination match, Tom Doherty has been knocked out, but Tom, good enough to join us in the booth. TD, thanks for your time. Hope your back is better. So it's Dave, it's Randy, it's Tom in the booth. Kimberly with the interviews and stories.
From Springfield, Ohio, the U.S. Open champion, Chris Vi.
In the 77th edition of the U.S. Open, it would prove to be one for the ages. Chris Vi came into the event with a hot hand, looking for his first win, his first major win. He would do that by just 1 pin.
Finally, the winner's circle for Chris Vi. Nine pins better than Kyle Troop in the elimination round. Here in Annandale will take the top seed.
And Tom, maybe I should let you do this, but I know that there's a break point down lane that all players are trying to get their bowling ball to, and it's kind of in this zone here, and there's a couple of different ways to get your ball to that spot, isn't there?
Yeah, and it seemed, you wouldn't see it by me bowling, but the right lane does seem a little bit easier. It's a little easier to get it to that break point, and it comes off of it virtually every time. The left lane, it's a little earlier, so it's harder to get to that spot, and if you force it to that spot, then it kind of labors down the lane.
Great perspective, fresh off the lanes, Tom Doherty. Here's Vi, left lane, looking a little help on that 10 pin, but no nudge.
That's the reaction I'm talking about right there. It kind of just labored in that quitter 10, like Randy likes to call it.
So why do you think then Vi chooses to finish the match on the left lane?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to finish first. I wouldn't have done it. I would have definitely chose to finish on the right lane, but it's got to be because he wants to finish first. That's the only reason I can think of.
Interesting development. Keep an eye on that one. Almost a sure thing, the 10 pin. At this level, 95% conversion rate. And Chris Vi has his mark.
You know how you know it's 95% of the time? By our good friends at Lane Talk. With all that great information, for more information on their great stats, go to lanetalk.com.
Love it. Francois Lavoie. Yes. Perfection, right lane.
Tom, if you were to describe Francois Lavoie's game, how would you do it?
He's just a baby Duke. I mean, he's got the best touch on tour. He reminds me so much of Norm Duke.
Baby Duke.
Baby Duke, that's a good one.
He shows up for the big tournaments. He's always there. The tougher they are, the better he is.
I'm writing that down, Tommy.
All right, you can use it.
Let's go to my boards for the future.
No problem.
Third major. One in February in Jupiter, Florida. Whoa. Through the nose and way high. Only a 6-pin count.
I think it's important to point out the players that he beat at the TSC when he climbed the ladder. Sean Rash, Jesper Svensson, Jason Belmonte, and Anthony Simonson.
I never heard of any of them.
Superstars of the game. Belmo not here. It's certainly a rarity to be at any kind of special event like this, honoring the major champions without Belmo. Nice cover.
Yeah, it is. What was the percentage on that spare?
65.
65%?
I want to meet the guys that shoot that 65%. Those are good.
That's
our best. Want to wish our best to Belmo, by the way. He's in Australia, probably streaming on Fox right now, going through his quarantine after going to the country and then heading to.
You know the real reason why he went home, right?
Because his wife Kimberly is due with their.
No, that's what he said. He drew me in the playoffs next week, so he went home.
That's the reason. Let's go to Kimberly. More on Chris Vi.
Well, guys, Chris Vi has previously talked to us about Norm Duke being his idol. In fact, he is the reason that Chris became a professional bowler. Chris used to make sure to watch every show Norm made, and his parents even taped the shows if Chris couldn't be home to watch them. So imagine Chris's surprise after winning the U.S. Open that he received a text from none other than the man himself, Norm Duke. Now, when we asked Chris what his response was to getting a congratulatory text from his idol, he said it was almost as good as winning the U.S. Open.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chris for providing the screenshot on that one.
Listen, I love Norm Duke. Don't get me wrong. But getting a text from Norm Duke almost as good as winning a U.S. Open? No.
That's a great story. Chris wasn't sure Norm had his number. He told us this week on our Zoom call. This is from Norm. Are you sure? No one's pulling my leg here. It's actually from Norm Duke?
What I liked was the picture with the young 7-year-old.
Yeah,
he was almost as tall as Norm when he was 7.
He definitely needs to bring that haircut back. That was a nice one.
It was.
Yeah. Both of them.
I think he's got a better look now, guys. So, ball by 6 pins here, guys, as we head toward the midway point of this semifinal.
So we talk about the left lane. Vi misses on the left lane.
They both missed in a little bit,
right.
And there's plenty of push on the right lane. They can actually get away with those 2 shots on the right lane. That left lane, you cannot miss at all left.
Lavoie, 4th frame. Got to hurry back to that 1-3 pocket. Does, but leaves a 10-pin.
And, Tom, what kind of 10-pin is that?
That's the quitter 10.
Exactly right. We call that the quitter 10. Watch the 6-pin, second from your right. Goes into the channel and just lays there.
It just throws up on itself right there.
Oh, boy.
Watch it. He did miss that. He looked down and realized it was off the mark. It's a huge mistake for Lavoie. An open frame changes the script and gives Vi the lead.
Tom, is this the same lane you stuck on?
No, it's not. It was on the other lane. I think he actually slipped a little right there. They're a little slippery.
Big change. Perfect so far. Just the one matchup against Vi on TV. Left lane, that looks great.
Good one there.
He moved a few boards left on
yeah,
that one.
Sure did. Look at that. A little bit left at the arrows. Almost 3 left at the arrows and 2 at the break point.
I think you'll see the guys continue to move left on the left lane, but not so much on the right lane, especially since I threw a few shots with urethane, created a little bit of hold for them, even more than so. So I don't think they're going to move left as fast on the right lane as they will on the left lane. Look at that. It was left and it just held.
Yep.
You will not see that on the right lane. Excuse me, you will not see that on the left lane.
Beat Jacob Buttriff last week in Reno. His first career title, first career major, 214 to 213, dramatic fashion last week.
Go ahead, Tommy.
This is a big shot for Chris. I think he needs to make the same move Francois did. He needs to move a couple left. Even though it was a bad shot in the 4th frame, I think he needs to move a couple left to get that ball through that spot.
Left lane. Watch it. Almost a 7-10, which, of course, we saw converted last week. You saw it. You guys saw it in person. I watched it on TV last week with Anthony Nyers. 7-10 conversion in Reno, the first in 30 years.
Yeah, a good break here with the head pin coming off the sidewall and taking the 10 out.
So just a 7. And the mark for Chris Vi.
Stays clean, but he hasn't struck on that left lane yet, Tom Doherty.
Yeah, I think he missed a move there. I think his ball hooked a little early and quit down lane.
Lots more to come. It is the PBA Super Slam. More great insight from Tom Doherty. Stay with us.
History today, first ever Super Slam. History last week, Reno, yes, Anthony Nyer, the youngster. The first 7-10 split made on TV in PBA history in 30 years. Lost the match to Jacob Buttrick, but boy, you and Rob had a great call on that, Randy. History, it was extraordinary. Fourth ever
crazy
made 7-10 on TV.
And Chris Vi won the tournament. Chris Vi almost leaves one, goes on to win the tournament, but Anthony Nyer converting that 7-10.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting that it had taken 30 years, and in 1991 it was made twice by John Mazza and Jess Staley.
Both of whom
are
lefties. Anthony, lefty. Mark Roth, first ever to make it. 1980, Alameda, California, of course, the legendary right-hander.
And you know, Mark Roth didn't go on to win that tournament. It was Warren Nelson who won that tournament.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Anthony was behind by a lot. So maybe not as happy a moment in a losing effort against Buttrick. But boy, that was just awesome. And man, did it trend on Twitter. Well, I mean, the views were, I think it's over 1 million now.
Well, there's one thing that I know for sure, that will be the guaranteed rate spare of the game for a long time.
Absolutely. Great to see. 4th seed for the playoffs. We'll take on the 13th seed, Dick Allen. Next week, Milford, Connecticut. As the PBA playoffs get underway. Can't wait for that. Lavoie.
Tom Doherty, what's going on? It's nothing but week 10's ball's just kind of bailing on him.
Yeah, I don't think he got it to the spot on that one. I think they're scared. I mean, that's a tough lane. He's going to have to manipulate the ball. He's better than anybody on tour right now, so he's going to have to find some back end reaction somewhere.
There's 10 pin. So Tom, as an active player, what did that 7-10 mean to the game, the sport, to see it?
I mean, it was huge. I mean, it's awesome that the call that Randy and Rob did just made the spare actually epic. It was once in 30 years. We've had 30 U.S. Open winners since the last 7-10 was made, so it's pretty awesome.
You know, the other thing that was great was the nickname that Rob gave him.
Yeah.
The Ginger Assassin. It was awesome. Wow, Chris Vi looking good. The impact of the pandemic on youth sports has been significant, and while recovery has started in some communities, too many children in need are still on the sideline. Visit goodsports.org to learn more how you can help Fox Sports and Good Sports restore play for at-risk youth and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. 7-pin lead, they're the max scores. And the strike, left lane, right lane breakdown for our 2 stars here. Winner to the championship match.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Familiar look.
Randy, he chose to finish on that lane. He's yet to throw a strike on that lane.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the break.
I don't understand his decision. I'll have to ask him afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think he's got to move a little left. He's trying to do it with ball speed. He's trying to throw it harder, but that's the panel down lane that the ball will not come off of it. And he needs to move left and keep the speed down in order to get it to pick up on that spot.
Well, the big advantage for Vi versus Lavoie is power.
Yeah.
So when he moves in and gets softer, he still has the rev rate to get the corner out, even though he didn't there. That ball finished way late.
Right. I just don't think he's in the right spot. He's close. He just needs to move a little left.
Good match here, guys. Dave Ryan, Randy Pedersen, Tom Doherty here in the booth. Kimberly Pressler lane level.
If Frankie can catch a double here and take the lead, changes a lot. Is this a ball change?
Ball change.
Ball change, and he moved in.
Yeah. Well, he went to a bigger ball, so he's going to have to move in a little bit. But he's still going to have to find a way to get the ball to change direction down lane.
Asks for and receives his first re-rack in the match.
That took its time getting up the hill.
Yeah.
Understated, Pressler. As is Chris Vi. These are not animated guys on the lanes for sure.
This is a lead change if he can throw a strike here. He's losing this match because he missed a single pin.
All right, TD to go up by 3 pins. Foundation frame, big shot, Lavoie. Yes.
There's the difference in the hit where the 6-pin goes to the sidewall and does a Cobra Kai on the 10.
Yeah.
Second pin to the right. Watch this. Right-hander's best friend. That in a trip 4, right, Tom?
I love him. Got to have him, especially when you're changing balls and fishing for some ball reaction. I think he just moved a little too far left on that right lane. I think he'll be okay.
Lead change, Dave Ryan.
Lavoie is up. Vi needs to respond. Right lane, guys. He does.
5 for 5
Tattoos the rack.
5 for 5 on the lane he chose not to finish on.
Those pins had no chance in the 1-3 pocket. What a shot from Vi.
Perfect on the right lane. Has yet to strike on the left lane. Max score for Chris Vi, 220. Max score for Lavoie, 223.
Someone needs to run down and tell Vi to move to left and slow it down a little bit, and he'd be fine.
If you shout a little louder, Tom, he might hear you. All right, troublesome left lane for Chris Vi.
Oh.
What a great break that was. Same spot, Tom. Does he stay there and throw it a little bit slower to get it to come around the corner?
He's got to. If he throws that shot again, he'll leave that weak 10.
Watch
he
this.
just hit the switch zone right there.
Watch this switch zone. Just an absolute love tap on the 7. Yeah, Chris knows it.
Little slower, just a little loft would do the same thing. I think that would help him immensely.
Back on top. And back and forth we go in this first semifinal from the PBA Super Slam. Here we are.
Oh, man.
Better shot, ringing 10 this time.
That was a good one. Well, he's going to force Francois Lavoie to get the first strike in the 10th.
Yeah, and if you remember, his last shot was a little bit light, so he's in between balls right now. I think he needs to cheat a little bit right and throw a great shot and hope it carries. It's definitely the easier lane for sure.
If I was watching any pin on this upcoming shot for Francois, I'd be watching the one all the way to the right.
If he makes the move right, yeah. If he doesn't make the move left, if he doesn't make the move right, he's going to have to carry a similar hit to what Chris just carried the first ball in the 10th.
Frame, Lavoie. Oh, yeah.
Tons of hold there. He missed left, and that's the lane to do it on.
Yeah, he did. Look at right there, folks. Look at that down lane move there. That was 2.5 boards to the left. It just looked like a straighter trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, he might have moved his feet a couple boards and we don't know it, and so it kept his angles a little tighter. But that's definitely the lane you can get. You cannot get away with that shot on the left.
Right.
You saw what he needs. 9 to advance to the championship match. Lavoie needs 9. Gets 9. Gets the win.
He didn't move left. So that's what I'm saying. He actually won the match because he threw a bad shot the first ball in the 10th on the good lane.
That's what I thought he would leave.
That's what he would have left if he would have thrown it a perfect shot.
Well, you know, we saw the Ginger Assassin make the 7-10. Maybe we call Francois the Quiet Assassin because he just took out the hottest player on tour.
Thank you.
Wasn't easy. It was a battle. Lavoie grinds out the 3-pin victory over Chris Vi to advance to the championship match. to take on the winner of the other semifinal. 2 seed versus 3 seed. Troop Larson, which is the next match here on Fox. The Super Slam from Annandale, Virginia, just minutes from D.C. Great matchup. Troop Larson on the way. Stay with us. Back and ready for the second semifinal from Bolero Annandale, just outside Washington, D.C. Dave Ryan in the booth with Randy Pedersen, the Hall of Famer. Tom Doherty, two-time winner on tour this year, joining us as well. Troop Larson, next matchup.
From Taylorsville, North Carolina, PBA Players Championship winner, the Afrofish, Kyle Troop.
And nearly 400 PBA members from 5 different regions competed all around the country at this year's Players Championship. And when the dust settled, North Carolina's Kyle Troop came away with his first major and pocketed a cool $250,000.
.242, the 2 seed. Chris 251. Been knocked out by Lavoie at a 251 in the elimination round. So here is the pro with a fro. Troop, there it is. One of the most animated, interesting, and fun bowlers to watch on tour. Kyle Troop. This man's an entertainer and a great bowler.
Right there.
And let me just point out that Kyle Troop, and we talked about how important it is to be the higher seed, decided to start on the left lane.
From Denmark, USBC Masters champion, Thomas Larson.
The USBC's most prestigious title, the Masters. It would be an all-Scandinavian finals. At the end, the Great Dane Thomas Larson would upset the Iceman Jesper Svensson and capture his first major.
Lost for words. A couple weeks back in Reno at the National Bowling Stadium. See his number in the elimination match to be the 3 seed. 31 years old. Three-time winner on tour. First time on U.S. soil winning the Masters. An exciting championship match with Jesper Svensson.
Tom, your impressions of Thomas Larson is what?
He's a shot maker. He lacks a little power, but he makes up for it with consistency. Unfortunately, week to week on the PBA Tour, it's more about power than it is accuracy, and he falls in the accuracy category for sure. But when it comes to majors like the Masters, the U.S. Open, this is the guy to watch out for.
The 2 seed at the Masters. Beat the youngster Spencer Robage by 13 pins, and then Jesper in the championship match.
Much straighter on that right or on that left lane, Tom.
Yeah, he's going to be straighter on both lanes. It's definitely makes it easier to get it up the hill for him. But unfortunately, with the high rev rate that these guys have, they can't play that far right. So he's got a little trick he can do to get his ball through the front, especially on the left lane.
Troop trying to keep us perfect to begin this match. Help on the 10.
Oh.
Down it goes. Kimberly joined by Chris 5.
Thanks, guys. So, Chris, the booth thought that you should have ended on the right lane, but you chose to finish on the left. Why was that?
You know, I felt like I had a pretty good look on both lanes in practice, and I wanted to put the pressure on Frankie there in the 10th frame. Left lane started to transition really quickly, so, you know, looking back, maybe I should have, but in the end, you know, I'm pretty happy with my performance.
Well, your day has come to an end, but is this like the cherry on top? Because a week ago, you didn't even think you were going to be here, and then you won the Super, you won the U.S. Open, and then you're here.
Yeah, it's a nice little added bonus. You appreciate the PBA and Bolero for putting this on, and I had a great weekend. I had fun with the guys, and it was a fun little weekend before we get back to business next weekend.
Well, the day might come to an end today, but your season is still a lot to go on because you have the PBA playoffs and you're sitting in the number 2 seed. So we will see you in the next few weeks.
Great, thank you.
Kyle Troup, perfect after 3. You like what he's doing?
I do. I think it's the right play. He's got the front 3. I can't really argue with what he's doing right now.
Larson looking for the same guys in the right lane. Yeah.
Again, that's the shot you can get. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you can't do that on the left lane.
And there you see it, folks. It's a good 3.5 boards left of his last shot on that lane. So he's looking for all hold on that right lane.
Yeah.
And if he gets hot on this left lane, he's going to be a handful for Kyle.
Oh, yeah, this could be a high-scoring match, depending on... I mean, you can see the lines on the lane. He's the only one playing over there.
More perfection, yes.
And strike track powered by Kia is telling us he's playing both lanes the same. Kyle Troup is a good 12 boards left of him. So because of this roll soft hand, folks, he's able to create a little bit different motion down lane. His ball doesn't read the front part of the lane like the high rep players, and he's able to play a part of the lane that really nobody else can get to.
Right. Our balls would hook so much right there, including Kyle. We would never even get it to the right side of the head pin.
Strike streak, guys, at 7. Can Kyle make it 8 straight combined? You better believe it. Oh, man, those pins had no chance. Tattoos the rack. Coming up next, the NASCAR Cup Series is back on Fox. Catch the sports top drivers as they battle on the short track at Richmond. Toyota Owners 400 right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Exactly 100 miles south of us, Richmond, Virginia. Great NASCAR action on the way here on Fox. How about this bowling, guys? Top seed, most points. Andrew Anderson in because Belmo is in Australia. Withdrew from the playoffs. Not this time.
You know it's coming.
Oh, my! Across the deck to the 10. We stay perfect. All strikes in our semifinal.
This messenger would make Chuck Norris jealous. Just saying. Head pin off the sidewall, rolls to 10, 7's down, and Kyle Troup stays perfect through 5.
Pick it out. The guy's a showman.
Guy's a player.
He's awesome. Perfection over for Larson.
More hair. Oh, yeah.
There's not nearly enough up there.
He said it's got to be the hair.
You can look at the difference of RPM right there.
Exactly right.
It has nothing to do with the hair. It's all that RPM number.
Yeah, and when it's 100 different.
Yeah,
difference in the two. There's your difference in the messenger for Troup and the week 10 for Larson. Uh-oh.
Watch it. Oh, he whiffs by a lot. That is a shocking miss. And look at Kyle's lead balloon of 23 pins on the bench here. As he has the front 5 and now a 23-pin lead.
Is that the same lane that
Frankie slipped on? Yeah.
Missed the 10 pin?
Missed the 10 pin.
And then
Larson
misses the 10 pin on that lane.
Frankie survived the single pin miss.
He did. And that's not typical.
No, it's usually not on TV.
How will he rebound? 7 pin.
Yeah, I think Tom said it perfectly, that it's a power game. And, I think that the only thing that really helps the lower rev guys is when they have angle. When they can stay far enough right, they can still get their balls to hit. But you just can't throw pins around like the high rev players. And I think it costs the lower rev guys a couple of hits a game.
Definitely, for sure.
23-pin lead in the second semifinal. This here takes on Francois Lavoie. It looks like Troop, there it is. He's in great shape. Midway through our second semi. Oh, the messenger. Down goes the 10-pin. The PBA postseason kicks off Saturday on FS1, 11 a.m. Eastern. We begin the 2021 Kia PBA playoffs with a round of 16 from Bolero Milford in Milford, Connecticut. Can't wait. Also streaming on the Fox Sports app. Bill O'Neill got the belt last year, Randy, as the champ, and the belt is on the line again this year. Troop Anderson, the first match Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We can't wait. Simo Larson to follow. So these two guys are first up. On the other side of the bracket, as we said earlier, it's 24 bowlers last year. This year it's just 16. There's TD. You ready, Tom?
Yeah, thank goodness I got a week. If I had to do that tomorrow, I don't know how good I would do.
All right. Jason Surr had a really good season. A lot of TV appearances. No wins, but we saw plenty of Jason on TV. Look at the start here for Troop. Second semifinal, 23-pin lead over Larson, the USBC Masters champ. Troop, the players winner. Semifinal number 2, winner takes on Lavoie. $10,000 bonus on the line for a 300 in this game. Looking for the front 6. Yes. Wow.
I mean, that's exactly how you draw it up when you get an opening from your opponent.
Especially coming out of the commercial break.
Exactly.
That's the big strike right there. That makes the whole end of the game a lot easier for Kyle.
$1 million if we have a 300 game in the championship match. Halfway home in this semifinal.
Help a little.
7-pin.
Are you
wobbles? No.
Got to be kidding me. High flush, stone 7, and it did everything but fall.
That's all right. You don't want to shoot 300 this game anyway.
Exactly right. You want to save this.
Get him out of the way now.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, are you kidding me?
Let's go to Kimberly.
Well, you guys may have noticed that Kyle is actually using a different spare ball than usual. Striking against Brent's Cancer and Storm partnered together to make only 100 of those special pink balls. And since Kyle lost his mother and grandmother to cancer, of course, this is near to his heart. And just before the show, he joked with me and said he was cautious about switching balls while in Reno, but he bowled so bad he wished he did now. Let's see if that ball brings him a little bit of good luck today.
It's a great story, Kimberly. Fantastic cause. I'm so sorry for Kyle's losses. Larson, trip 10-pin.
Well, he's trying to claw his way back, and he can cut it to 22 with a strike here in the 8th. But you see the max scores right there. No matter what Larson does, he can't shut out Kyle Troop.
I think this is a must strike for Thomas. I don't think he can win the match if he misses here. So if he strikes here, he's still got some hope. Kyle can get another bad break, another 10-pin, but a miss here, and Kyle's probably not going to miss the pocket.
First win, Reno. USBC Masters on U.S. soils we talked about.
Well, great break trip in the 10, but like Tom Doherty just said, I kind of feel the same way that was a must strike.
It's just, and you can see it's just a little touchy where he's at. I mean, it hooks so much on your little bit of mistakes that's why the guys are playing so far, 10, 12, 15 left to him, just to give us a little bit more area through the front part of the lane.
And so that max score 257 now goes down to 237.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's going to have to really throw some bad shots for him not to be able to beat that 237. He's pacing, what, 249 now?
He is in the 240s. Yeah, 249 pace.
3 titles a year ago. Wants the Super Slam win here today. Got some help.
Bang, bang.
Down goes a 10-pin.
Just dirty.
Head to PBA.com, guys.
What's going on? What do we...
Check out the official PBA Pro Bowling video game. That outfit looks familiar.
Wait.
There's Simo. Introducing the all-new features, including new equipment, playing as your favorite pro, and more. Available for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and for your
This
PC.
is crazy. It's like you just made him animated.
That was the perfect promo. I mean, even that last strike was video mode-ish.
The Bang Bang look, by the way, was to Randy and Tom up here in the booth.
Wow. Kyle's got it going on now.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah.
Rocking and rolling.
A little bit of area down lane.
Yeah, and some nice pin carry.
So Larson in a heap of trouble here. Finished 19th at the U.S. Open last week in Reno. After his win at the USBC Masters. He told us this week in our Zoom call with him that I was pretty drained. And as you guys know, as great bowlers, it's pretty tough after you have a big win to rebound a week later and pull at your highest level.
Kyle had a little more motivation because his U.S. Open showing wasn't pretty.
No. Yeah, he's happy to get back on the lanes and throw some strikes, that's for sure.
Kyle's never had a check at the U.S. Open in his career. He told us this week.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. So, overcame some mental demons as he talked about getting ready for the Super Slam, which is not counted as a title, but very prestigious and very lucrative event here in Annandale, Virginia.
You know how you keep your swing nice and loose, Dave?
How's that?
You put $100,000 in your pocket.
Yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Well, to go on top of the 250 that he's already got in his pocket, so he's doing all right. His swing is already loose.
After the playoffs, depending on how far Thomas goes, he told us yesterday he's headed back to Denmark. Hasn't been home in a long time. Not easy to go in and out due to COVID. This one's over. Mathematically finished for Troop. So Troop Lavoie for the championship here in Northern Virginia today.
Oh, there he goes.
Whoa! Wait, what are you doing? Look at that move.
He's just taking a little peek-see.
Yeah, that was a 12-board move by Thomas.
It's probably better for his psyche that didn't strike, because if it did, he'd be like, man, I should have done that the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's the one as bowlers we like to see miss, because then we don't lose sleep over what we did.
So, Tom, we really appreciate your time in the booth with us. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Get your back healthy. But give us a little preview into our final match with Kyle Troop and Francois Lavoie.
Well, I'm gonna say that Kyle chooses to finish on the right lane. He is also perfect on that lane. But it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I'm rooting for one of these guys to bowl 300. Let's get this $1 million out there. Let's get it in there.
Troop has wrapped this one up.
A little ball change, looking for a little something.
Yeah, just taking a little peek-see. You never know. He's gonna get some. Unlike most weeks, he's gonna get some practice shots after this game. So he'll be dialed in and ready to go. And like I said, let's hope for some high scores. Let's hope we can get these string of strikes going.
Big 260 for Kyle Troop, and he will take on Francois Lavoie in the finale of the first ever PBA Super Slam.
That special spare ball Kimberly told us about. 268, 214, second semifinal in the books. Kyle Troop takes on Lavoie. Tom, thanks for joining us, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
See you at the playoffs in Connecticut next weekend. Francois Lavoie climbed the ladder, won the TOC in Florida this year. We'll take on Kyle Troop, the Players' Championship winner. Title matches on the way. Already the stars of the Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam celebrated their major championship titles earlier this weekend at Bolero, Arlington, just a few miles from where we are today. Big party, big burger. Man, that thing looks incredible.
Anytime there's free food, you know the bowlers will show up.
Kyle Troop, one-handed. Everyone having a little fun. Pick it out. Pick it out. Oops.
Hang on. Let me critique some of these. I don't know about that two-handed set shot.
Air hockey.
God, I remember when I played air hockey. It was so fun.
Certainly well-deserved. Bolero centers are now open nationwide. Go to Bolero.com to find a center near you. Bolero, the official bowling center of the PBA.
Man, did that center look beautiful or what?
It looked awesome.
My goodness.
A lot of fun for the guys. So, the Super Slam bracket, we are getting ready for the final, and it's going to be a blast. Troop Lavoie, how do you break it down?
Well, this is how I break it down. If you look at the scores from our two matches, Kyle Troop had 268 in his match. The highest game from the other three players was 214. So all arrows are pointing to Kyle Troop. But, you know, if there's one thing we've learned about Francois Lavoie is you can't count him out. He's sneaky good. And remember when he won the Tournament of Champions and the players that he beat to win that title, Kyle Troop is another player just like the ones he took care of there. So, I mean, if I was going to bet, I would put money on Kyle Troop, but you can never count Frankie out.
First two winners, majors, this year on the 2021 PBA Tour are in the championship match here for the first ever Super Slam. $100,000 to the winner, and if we have a 300 game in the championship match, $1 million. Are you ready?
Oh, man. God, I mean, it couldn't get any better than that. I'd love to see the guys string some strikes and have a shot at it.
I think it might happen. I'm feeling like it just might happen today. Kimberly joined now by the finalists.
Well, congratulations to you both on making the finals. And they were just talking about it, but there's $1 million on the line. And you guys played really well in the semis. So does that weigh on you, $1 million?
I don't think it will until a couple frames in. I think we're going to wait a little bit to see if it's going to do anything.
How about you, Kyle?
The last time I thought about the million, I didn't get past the first frame. So we're just going to try and go out and throw good shots and
Not
go from
thinking
there.
about it at all. I like it. That's a good strategy to go with. Well, let's talk about strategy because you've had a little bit of time off since your semifinal match. I saw you throwing some practice shots. Are you switching up your strategy going into this final?
No, the strategy is going to stay the same. I think I'm expecting the lanes to hook a little bit more, so I'm going to make some moves, and we got a few more practice shots coming up, so I'm going to figure it out in those shots.
And Kyle, same question to you, but you have actually been on this pair for a bit now. Are you expecting to stick with your strategy going into the finals?
Yeah, I mean, everything's going to stay the same. I might make a ball change, like Frankie said. We've got a few practice shots coming up. That ball is starting to get a little lazy down lane towards the end of the match, so we might change it up or just hit that one a little bit harder.
All right, well, there is a lot of money on the lines. I'm excited about the final match. I don't know about you guys, but let's send it back to the guys.
All right, Kimberly, thanks. Looks like our two finalists are ready. Kyle Troop had the front six in his semifinal win over Thomas Larson a moment ago. And
front six,
Lavoie,
but then he left that solid
right.
7. If he carries that hit, he has the front 10.
Francois Lavoie has two televised 300 games.
Yes, he does. This is all going to come down to one thing: power versus finesse.
Who wins out? What do you think?
I told you who I think. I think it's going to be Kyle Troop.
On the spot. Love it. Lavoie head-to-head with Troop. Great match on the way here on Fox. Stay with us.
Champion of the champions. Now that's got a nice ring to it. An opportunity to make a career year even sweeter. The Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam title match starts now on Fox.
Time to bowl from Annandale. Guaranteed Rate PBA Super Slam title match. Troop Lavoie. That trophy is on the line. $100,000 is on the line. And if we have a 300 game in this championship match, $1 million. We'll go to the bowler who completes the feat. Lavoie has two televised 300 games. We told you about that. Kyle Troop has a great look today. Let's find out. We're going to hand out $1 million.
Kyle Troop coming off of a pretty big 268 game, and so what does he do? Changes balls.
Left lane, Troop. Whoa. No $1 million for him.
Good shot.
3, 6, 7, 10.
And Kyle will try to get his ball over here to the right side of the 3-pin, cut that 3-pin right over there into the 7, and the ball will take out the 6 and the 10.
It's a special spare ball, lot to cover. No, early open.
And there it is, the announcer's jinx. I picked Kyle, he opens first frame.
Dude.
Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself.
You know, I hate being put on the spot, but it's my job to have an opinion and a prediction, right? Is it not?
Absolutely. That's why I asked you. All right, Lavoie sees the open from Troop. Trip 10 pin. Tail the tape on these two great bowlers. A lot of experience for Kyle.
Yeah, he's been out here a bit longer. But, you know, you look at that number right there, the 5 titles for Francois Lavoie, 3 of them are majors.
Only multi-major champ entering the Super Slam. 4 of the 5 were first-time major winners this year. Left lane, tricky all day for the bowlers. No $1 million, Randy.
Safe for another season.
Yeah. 10 pin for Frankie here. Had the 26th televised winner game in Vegas against Sean Maldonado, U.S. Open, part of that win, and also the 29th in nearby Centerville, Virginia, just a few minutes away from where you're here in Annandale last October against Sean Rash.
That pin right there is going to be the storyteller for Francois Lavoie. If he can get that 10 out, it's going to be he's going to be tough to beat for Kyle Troop.
So back to the ball change to begin the match. Do you like that from KT?
You know, it's so hard for me to sit here and second guess these great players, but based on what happened in the first frame, I would say not a good choice. We'll have to wait and see.
That looks a lot better. And you were surprised.
Yeah, you know, he had to see something in the practice shots that he got in between his first match and this match that made him want to go to this ball. Great pin carry there. Again, that's the power. Remember, Francois leaves the weak 10. Kyle Troop shreds the rack.
Kyle told us this week he loves these specialty events on the PBA Tour. Strike Derby, King of the Lanes.
Better shot.
No.
Same result.
Frustrated. 4-6. Split. Another open.
And now you really have to question the move. But again, Kyle had to see something that he didn't like that forced the change. And right now, back-to-back open frames for Kyle Troop on that left lane.
And he is really frustrated. Tell. Lavoie sees the door open wide in front of him. The ultimate shot maker. Ooh, shots like that. Late action on the 4-pin. Down it goes.
Just opens the rack up like he was using a can opener. Watch this pin action here. Just kind of parts the Red Sea in half, and that's a nice pin carry for Francois Lavoie. Let's see if he can get the 10 pin out on the left lane. And this right here is where you need to take advantage of the openings given to you by Kyle Troop. And nobody knows that better than this man.
He told us this week his expectations are always high. Two great events to start the season. Disappointed with the rest of the year.
Well, look at this number, Dave. Dave, take a look at this number right here. I mean, that's probably the farthest shot right we've seen all day. There's a little bit of oil there, and when the ball sees oil, it doesn't hook. It needs friction to hook, and it gets to that zone right there, and Francois leaves the 2-4-10. Very makeable.
Just over 19%.
Wow,
trying to kick it across lane to the 10, misses the 10 pin. Open frame Lavoie after 2 opens for Troop. And a new match again here.
All of a sudden, Kyle Troop can cut this deficit to 2 pins with 2 strikes.
Fresh start, new life. Right lane, Troop. Oh, man, this does not have the look at all. 2-8-10.
You gotta be.
What is happening here?
A lot of oil on that right lane, and if you get it to pinch fast, and again, the ball change is going to be the big question mark.
A rarity to convert this spare.
That was the ball he was using.
Wants a re-rack. Coming up next, the NASCAR Cup Series is back on Fox. That's the sports top drivers as they battle on the short track at Richmond in the Toyota Owners 400. Right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. $100,000 to the winner. $50 grand to the runner-up.
Well, he's going back to the ball he used the last game.
Good move.
Well, we're going to find out.
I mean, he's got to do something here, Randy. 1 re-rack remaining for Kyle. Both still possible for Lavoie. All right, ball change left lane. See what happens. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Again, I can't sit here and second guess Kyle Troop. I mean, he saw something he didn't like that forced him into the IQ Emerald, and he opened 3 of the first 4 frames, went back to the ball he used game 1.
Lavoie, 5th frame, up by 23 pins.
Much better. Now let's see if he can hit the left lane. They usually all go down when you hit them there, Dave. A little help on the 9 pin.
A little bump on the 9 pin. So after the open frame. Surprising, all these open frames in our final match here. First ever guaranteed rate PBA Tour Super Slam. Rookie of the Year out of Wichita State. Back in 16 for Lavoie. Originally from Quebec City, Quebec. All right, here's that left lane now. That's a little off target, but gets some help, and down goes the 7.
Huge.
Give me those hits.
You heard Frankie say it. Give me those hits. Francois Lavoie up by 33. Kyle Troop working on a strike. Can he claw his way back? Lots more action to come here at the first PBA Super Slam.
The PBA on Fox is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. And by Kia, introducing the all-new Sorrento, the world's first storytelling machine. The on-lane graphics you see today, including the ball tracer, are courtesy of Clutch Bowling. Looking good as always. All right, Randy, strike track powered by Kia. Let's break it down.
Yeah, we're going to take a look to see how both players are playing this 39-foot Mike Albee oil pattern. You can see the red ball out in front is Kyle Troop's because of ball speed. He's throwing it faster. He's got the higher rev rate, so he has to keep it on line. But look at these numbers. The break point, Troop is inside of Lavoie at the arrows. The same story. And then again, the launch position is where the ball actually first comes into contact with the lane.
33-pin lead for Lavoie. Heading into the 6th for Troop.
Dave, these next 2 shots for Kyle Troop they'll be the tell-all. It's either going to get him back in this match or it's going to end his day.
Make or break, absolutely. Kyle made a ball change heading into this championship match. Didn't go well early with his open frames. Then went back to that he used in the first semifinal with a lot more success, cutting into the lead here.
Well, that shot wasn't even all that greatly executed, and it still found the center of the 1-3 pocket. But this is the biggie right here. This shot coming up on the left lane. Watch this, Kyle kind of sticks just a little bit and comes up out of that shot. But the ball motion is perfect down lane.
Looks for the turkey here, Randy.
To cut it to 13.
Max scores to your right. Got a brand new match of the strike here. Shot of the day for Troop. Left lane. Yes! 13 pins.
Look at this here. Got away with that because of the ball change. And then you see the disgust when he went back to the chair. Sometimes players outthink themselves or they think too much. And I think that may be what happened to Kyle. Maybe he thought, okay, well, yeah, that first game with that ball was great, but I think the lanes have changed enough to where I could use this other ball that I think is going to look well or pretty good. And guess what?
Lavoie go back up by 23, responds. We got 5 major champions on one show. They've been through some big moments, like this one for Lavoie.
I think Francois heard you and I when we were at the desk and heard me pick Troop and decided to really kind of show me the business. He struck every time on the right lane and once on this left lane in this game.
8th frame, go back up by 33. Yeah.
Wow. You see, that's great touch there when the 6 goes to the sidewall and cuts the 10 out like that. That's just great touch. And that's the ball going through the pins perfectly. What did Tom Doherty call him? Mini Norm Duke?
Mini Norm Duke. Baby Duke.
Baby Duke, that's right.
I got that written down for
Baby Duke.
Future broadcast.
He knows how big that shot was. Back to 33 now. Kyle Troop cannot miss the rest of the game to have any chance to win.
Can he respond? Double wood note is the 2-pin. And the answer is no on the right lane.
Maybe that's why Kyle made the change, because of that shot right there.
That is the spare of the game. Brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. 2-pin. Got it.
Well, not near as exciting as last week's Guaranteed Rate spare, but
that'll be the all-time great.
We still got to get our
Guaranteed Rate.
We got to get our sponsors in there, man.
Spare of the game. Anthony Nyer's 710 conversion last week in Rio. Spectacular.
Man, I just wished I would have. I just wish we could find out why he changed.
We'll ask him. We'll find out.
All right.
Kimberly's going to talk to him, I think. Lavoie looking good here. Told us a great story this week that when he's growing up in Quebec City with his friends at the local bowling center, they'd line up chairs the way they saw their heroes on the PBA Tour do every week and sit in the same spot and act the same way as the PBA stars of those days did, including you, Randy, winning your 13 titles en route to your Hall of Fame career. Kind of cool, kids lining up the chairs and pretending to be in big spots like this. Chance to win that Mike Albee Trophy today.
Well, and remember when we were at the desk and I predicted Kyle Troup to win? You do remember me saying you can never count this guy out, right? Okay.
You can't.
I just want to make that real clear.
Big lead, Lavoie.
Mailbox will be full with more hate on Monday.
Just stay off Twitter, man. Don't respond. Lavoie cruising here, guys.
Yeah, with the exception of the shot in the fourth frame, Francois Lavoie has been perfect. That's a $100,000 winner reaction right there.
Francois Lavoie has won the inaugural PBA Super Slam. He defeats Kyle Troup to take home the $100,000 first place prize. What a day for Francois Lavoie. And what a 2021 for this guy.
And can I just say that if you look at the first three majors of the season and then this event, the money that's being put into the PBA Tour this season with everything that happened last season.
Thanks,
Bolero and our
everybody
sponsors.
That supports me. Storm, Turbo, Buddies Pro Shop, Coolwick. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I wouldn't be where I am without all of you, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. J'espère que vous aimez le chandail de les couleurs du Québec. Merci.
Nice job, Francois. $250,000 at the Players Championship. This man won. Francois Lavoie winning $100,000 at the TSC and here. Tom Doherty winning $100,000 at the World Championships. Man,
big money events. It's awesome.
It's where we wanted this sport to get to for so long, and now these players are going for real money.
And Randy, this was an event like none other in a year like none other on the Guaranteed Rate PBA Tour. So many tremendous things happening, including last week's 7-10 split conversion.
Yeah,
from Anthony Nyer.
Hey, and looking forward, how about next week's PBA playoffs? $100,000 for first there. We got a lot to go in this season before it's all said and done, my friend.
I'll be with you next week, buddy. Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
Lavoie takes the Super Slam. Kimberly joined by the finalists.
All right, so Kyle, I know you're disappointed in how things went today, but before the start of the show, you said that you were not going to change your strategy, and then you changed the ball right off the top. What did you see that forced you to make that change?
I guess I felt like the ball I was using previously was getting a little too slow down lane, so I wanted to see something come off the back end a little harder, but the ball was too weak, so I probably should have just threw the other ball a little bit slower because it looked just fine the back half of that game.
Well, like I said, I know you're disappointed in how things went today, but you walk away with $50,000. You won your first major this season, and you're sitting in the #1 seed heading into the PBA playoffs. So, with all of that in mind, how do you approach the next few weeks?
I mean, this is great for me. I didn't bowl very good in Reno the last couple of weeks, so I needed a good showing here. I felt like I bowled very well, just made a bad decision. So we're going to take the positives from this. I am the #1 seed for the playoffs next week, so people are going to be gunning for me. So I'll be in Connecticut ready to rock.
Well, congratulations and walk away with $50,000, and we'll see you in the PBA playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, Francois, wow, you earned this today.
Yeah,
you bowled well, but that left lane was giving you some issues. What was going on?
Yeah, it was giving everybody some trouble. I think it was hooking so much so early that the balls wanted to go forward down lane and didn't hook it and come around the corner. So I just tried to change my release a little bit and tried to spin it a little bit more to get the ball to go through, and thankfully it worked out. I struck out to finish the game.
Well, thankfully it worked out indeed, because you've had a pretty amazing season. You won the TOC for the first time ever. Now you're walking away with $100,000 today. How would you describe the season thus far?
It's been the best season of my life so far. I mean, it's hard to imagine something going this well for an extended period of time like this, so I couldn't be happier with my season.
Well, your season is not over because you're sitting in 4th and you're heading into the PBA playoffs. So how do you carry this momentum into the next few weeks?
Well, this is huge. I've been bowling well. I've been doing the right things, and we've got a great team. I've got a great team behind me, so I'm just going to keep talking to them. I'm going to take this next week and hopefully have some more good performances like this, and then I'll talk to you later at the end of the playoffs.
All right. Well, congratulations on winning the Super Slam today.
Thank you.
Francois Lavoie, one happy bowler. To be sure, Kimberly, thanks for that. Mike Albee trophy. Conquers the Mike Albee oil pattern here in Annandale.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Storm, it means so much to me. Your support is great. Turbo, Cool Wick, Buddies Pro Shop, same thing. I couldn't thank everybody enough. Thank you so much.
Francois Lavoie celebrates English and in French. Randy, fun to watch that for sure. So the ball changed with Kyle. That was the big subject of our discussion in the championship match. Your thoughts?
Well, we were transitioning to the desk, so we didn't hear his answer. But I did some intel with one of his tour reps, and Sean Ryan told me that at the end of his 268 game, he felt that the ball he was using, his UC2, was starting to read the lanes a little bit early and having a little trouble getting it to push to the right. So he went to that IQ Emerald, something that was a little cleaner, and Sean said he struck every ball with it in practice. And so that was enough for Kyle to make the change. And unfortunately, he came out. There was probably some adrenaline, and he got a little jacked and started throwing it right through the break point. And I guess human nature is like, I got to go back to what I was using, and that's what he did. Unfortunately, it was just too late.
Yeah, he recovered, but just not enough time, and Lavoie was so solid. How about Francois' effort? We're talking about the ball change for Troop, but Francois was spectacular.
The only reason why Francois won is because I said Troop was going to win. I mean, it's the only reason. You know, we saw it at the Tournament of Champions when he beat Rash, and he beat Belmo, and he beat Simonson for the title. He was so outgunned, but he just used his shot-making ability and his touch, and he actually beat those power players at their own game. And so that's why I said right before we went to that last match that you can never count Francois out.
Well, it's possible we'll see them coming up. PBA playoffs on the way. We can't wait for that. Coming up in Connecticut next week, we get going on Saturday morning on FS1 at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be fun. There's Kyle Troop, top seed because he has the most points against Andrew Anderson, is in because Belmo, Jason Belmonte, the reigning player of the year, is in Australia now, awaiting the birth of his fourth child. So Belmo out of the top 16. Anderson in, a former major champion and player of the year. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Andrew Anderson bowling well again. He won the doubles competition with Chris Prather, and so he's starting to look like a former player of the year.
Some big names there, including the defending champ, bottom left of the left side of the bracket. Here's the right side of the bracket, Randy.
Some new names there. Christian Azcona, of course, Chris Vai, who's been just bowling magnificently this season. A lot of players that are in the top 16 this season, in my opinion, are having the best seasons of their careers. You look at Tom Doherty and what he did in Tampa. Sam Cooley breaking through and winning. So there's a lot of new names in the PBA playoffs coming up, and I think it's going to be just as exciting as ever.
Here's a name for you. Might break through in Connecticut. Jason Sterner, who bowled so well. Came really close a lot this year.
I mean, another new name there. Sterner, I mean, you know, he makes the major championship shows, and the Masters, his run there, his run at the U.S. Open. It's going to be real interesting.
All right, RP, final moments. Recap today. Recap the season so far. It's been a lot of fun, so in this event, huh?
Yeah, it really has. And here we are taking a look at our round of 16. First up, the pro with the fro, Kyle Troop. Great showing today. Comes up a little bit short. And our other matchup, it's going to be Simonson against Thomas Larson.
Love those matchups. See if Simon will get back in the winner's circle of the PBA playoffs this year. Coming up next here on Fox, NASCAR race day from Richmond, Virginia. Now for Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler. Tom Doherty helped us out in the booth, did a great job. The entire crew here in Annandale, Virginia. It's Dave Ryan saying so long from Bolero, Annandale. You've been watching the PBA on Fox. Man of the moment, Francois Lavoie wins the inaugural PBA Super Slam, and with it, takes home $100,000. Thanks for watching the PBA on Fox.